Hi guys, so today we're having a look at the matte putty primer from e.l.f. and being me, we're comparing it to the Poreless primer. So, half and half, see if there is really any difference. So both of these are £8. The packaging is pretty much identical. They are slightly different colours so you can tell them apart. And you get 21 grams of product in the matte one. So I've done an application section, we're going to do a wear test. Let's see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to try the matte primer on the right side of my face and the Poreless on the left. So it's been a while since I used this one actually, so this will be interesting for me. Flynn is again in my room with, oh geez, I thought there was a seal on top of that because I don't know if you can see there's a line. Flynn is in my room with all of his toys, a treat and a bowl of water and wants attention, so hopefully he'll calm down a little bit during this. So this feels very thick, which I quite like in primers to be honest with you. It is going on sheer. I had a little concern when I initially put it to my face there that it was going to have a bit of a white cast to it, but it is blending in properly and going sheer. So, tiny bit more on my forehead. Yep, okay. So, feels sticky, which is good. Does look a little bit more matte, and actually the pores look quite good with that one as well. So obviously this is the side with nothing on it yet, and this is the one that's primed. So actually it seems to improve your pores as well, so that is a good sign. So let's go in with the Poreless primer, which I've obviously used just a little bit more. So I quite like that these are different shades because, even if you lost the lid or got muddled with the lids, you would still know which one's which. Quite like that. Although possibly by the end of this video, we'll decide it doesn't matter anyway. So this one feels a little bit thinner. Actually, I don't think the pores look quite as good as that one. Good with that one as with the mattifying one. What do you guys think? So this is the mattifying one, and this is meant to be the pore perfecting one. So interesting. So next I'm going to do my foundation and we'll see if that looks any different. I'm going to attempt to get the last possible drops out of the Dose of Colours Meet Your Hue foundation. I'm being cheap and I don't want to buy another one of these, but I do love it. I keep hoping that there'll be like a discount code or something that I can use. I know, I'm awful, but I'm on a budget. So I've still got the It Cosmetics Star Brush because I'm a giant child and I'm loving playing with this. Get it around your nose and stuff nicely. Anyway, I've done a full video on this already. So, primer seems to be doing nice things. It's still letting me, glide the foundation on. It's giving really good grip and coverage. So that's nice. And then going into the other side. This side doesn't feel quite as sticky as the mattifying side does. So let's see how that affects the coverage that we get. So genuinely, I think we've got a tiny bit more coverage on the matte side compared to the poreless side, which will be to do with that sticky kind of grip factor. So I'm going to do my concealer and stuff really quickly just so we can see what these two look like set as well, because that could be a factor. Maybe this will be the holy grail, guys. Maybe this will be the primer that stops me getting oily. This will be my lockdown miracle to have found this. So concealer wise, where's it gone? Ah! Conceal and Define Infinite Cover, again. I know, I reviewed it and now I'm in love with it, okay? Just bear with it. It stays on my nose. That's like holy grail territory. See, Flynn's calmed down now. He'll be sitting chomping away at the chew that I left him and being a happy boy. And then, because I'm working from home, he's actually sitting in the room with me, which is had bits of chaos, but generally he just flops over and goes to sleep, wanders over for a wee scratch every so often. But sometimes he gets very nosy about the computer, jumps up at the keyboard, jumps up at the mouse. So that's been interesting. Can't really say to a customer, hang on, I can't get into your file right now. My puppy is playing with my mouse. Which doesn't sound very good, does it? So filming this on day 3 of the lockdown, so I'm looking at it as, hey, we're 10% through already. That's fine. This is fine. Talking to my friends on Messenger all the time. I've been watching loads of TV, films. I watched a film last night called Paradise Hills, which I'd never heard of, but it had Mila Jovovich and Emma Roberts in it. It was really good. Bit weird and disturbing, but definitely good. So it was on Netflix, so have a nosy if you're also stuck in and looking for watch recommendations. Other than that, I am so behind with RuPaul's Drag Race, so I'm doing a massive binge on that. It'll be great fun. So, powdering time. And you almost don't need to be told, it's the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. Although once I finish this jar, I'm not going to let myself buy some for a little while. I'm going to try and work through other powders in my collection, which is going to be, I'm going to miss it. So, it's going to suck. So, let me know down below, what are you guys doing while you're at lockdown? What's your movie recommendations or series recommendations? Or are you doing any kind of like online courses or things like that? The choir I'm in done an online session on YouTube last night, so that was quite fun. And I think they're doing it again next week, so that'll be good. So even now that all the foundation's on and things, I still feel like there's a bit more grip on this side putting the powder on, which is very strange. So, strange but promising, so that'll be good. I should be able to do better check-ins today since I am at home. It's so weird when I go out with Flynn and there's so few people. He doesn't get it. He still wants to say hi and be friends with everybody, but there's nobody there to be friends with. So when he does finally see somebody, he goes mental. So there's now a little man that I bumped into a couple of times. Well, today, yesterday, day before, who's calling him the Maddie, which suits him. So, yeah. Right, so oof, there is actually a noticeable difference now that I've powdered this. Oh dear. Okay, so this is the Poreless side. Looking a little bit textured, not quite perfect coverage. and this is the matte side, which is looking, you can still see the pores, but they definitely look smoother than the supposed poreless side. So I'm going to go and finish the rest of my face makeup, my eye makeup. I'm sure I brought my phone with me. Have I left my phone? It means I can't do a time check-in. 2 minutes, guys. Not 2 minutes, it was sitting right there. So it is just after 8:10. So we will see how this holds up throughout the day. But like I said, for just now, I'm going to go finish up like my cheeks, my eyes and things. Right, quick lunchtime check-in. It's just about 5 to 2 and I just wanted to check in on the foundation. Well, the primer, really. So I have got a bit of oil breaking through. I would say it's marginally less on the matte side than on the poreless side. So I guess that's good. It is, you know, doing more for the oil control than the other one. So I'm just going to do a quick little touch up and I'll go back about the rest of my day and we'll see how it looks later on again. Right, back for another quick check-in. So it's just after 6 and I have to say, zoomed in, there's now quite a difference between the oil coming through on the two sides. So, Flynn's pottering around in this room, by the way, if you hear any snuffly noises. So this is the matte side and this is the poreless side. Now I definitely think that around here this is a little bit less oily than this one and the pores are also still a little bit less visible. Now I have lost a bit of coverage on my nose. I had to pull on a dress to go out and collect a prescription. I also wanted to point out that these like smile lines they're slightly better on the matte side than the poreless side. So at the moment, if I was having to choose between the two of these, I still definitely would be going for the matte one. I do want to see if I can kind of fix this coverage situation just a little bit. Because you know, I might see somebody while I'm in isolation, social distancing, whichever one it is. Lockdown. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, powdered down, both of them look fine again. I do have quite a bit of glitter going on under my eye. If anybody's wondering, the shiny shade is from the Fenty Galaxy palette. I'm thinking I maybe should have put a bit of a glitter glue underneath it rather than just try to put it on straight like an eyeshadow. But I don't actually have any glitter glue in it anyway, so that wouldn't have been an option. Anyway, I will keep going and see how this continues to hold up. Coverage is looking pretty good, apart from the bit on my nose, but it's fixed up really nicely and I didn't add any product to my brush, so definitely it has held a lot of the pigment in place on my skin, which I'm happy about. Alright, so I'm back with some final thoughts. Again, Flynn's in the room, so if you hear any snuffling around, don't worry about it. So it's just about 10:15. Let's zoom in and have a little look. You can see from a distance, they look fairly even. I would say maybe a tiny bit more glowy on the poreless side, apparently. But let's zoom all the way in. So obviously I have touched up today, we know that. So this is the poreless putty primer, and then this is the mattifying primer. So I still stand by what I've been saying all day. I actually think the pores look better on the matte side compared to the poreless side, and yeah, I think the oil control is slightly better on the matte side as well, which you'd hope it would be. So ultimately for these primers, I still quite like both of them, but between the two I'm always going to go for the matte one, I would say. What I like about these primers is they are quite compact. It is a very dense product, you only need a little bit of it. I mean, you can see kind of there. So I quite like that they don't take up a lot of room, so if you're travelling and things like that. So they're very affordable, they're compact, they do the job. Like I said, between the two, if you've got the choice, I would go for the poreless one, unless you're particularly aiming for like a dewy finish, in which case, well, no, that's a bit pointless. But yeah, if your main concern is going to be either oil control or pore perfecting, I would definitely go for the matte one, because my pores genuinely look better on the side of this. So if you've got any questions... Whew, okay, so that was unexpected. Flynn managed to grab the cable on my ring light and like yank it, so I have absolute chaos in front of me now with so many products that fell over. But as I was saying, if you've got any questions about this primer, leave those down below and I will get back to you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. Monster.